Good morning, students. Today we will cover the divisibility rules or test for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 10. Believe me, you will be able to learn them very quickly because you may not know that you already have a basic and intuitive understanding of it. For instance, it is obvious that all even numbers are divisible by 2. That is pretty much the divisibility rule for 2. The goal of this divisibility rules lesson is to formalize what you already know. Divisibility rules help us to determine if a number is divisible by another without going through the actual division process, such as the long division method. If the number in question are numerically small enough, we may not need to use the rules to test for divisibility. However, for numbers whose values are large enough, we want to have some rules to serve as shortcuts to help us figure out if they are indeed divisible by each other or not. So let us start. The divisibility test for 2. If a number is divisible by 2, if the last two digits of the number is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Example number 1. Is the number 246 is divisible by 2? Since the last digit of the number 246 ends in 6, that means it is divisible by 2. Okay, the next example is, are all the numbers 100, 514, 309 and 768 divisible by 2? Solution. If we examine all four numbers, only the number 309 doesn't end with 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So we can conclude that all the numbers above except 309 are divisible by 2 because in the last digit they are having 0, 2. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 3. Again, I'll tell, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits of the number is divisible by 3. For example, is the number 111 divisible by 3? Let us add the digits of the number 111. We have 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. Since the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, therefore the number 111 is also divisible by 3. Let us see one more example. Which of the two numbers 522 and 713 are divisible by 3? The sum of the digits of number 522, which is 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. And we all know 9 is divisible by 3. That makes 522 also divisible by 3. However, the number 713 has 11 as the sum of its digit. When we add 7 plus 1 plus 3, we will get 11. Because the sum of the digits is not divisible by 3, which makes the number 713 is also not divisible by 3. Now, let's see 4. Which number are divisible by 4? A number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits of the number are divisible by 4. The last two digits. Let us see one example. What is the only number in the set below is divisible by 4? Observe the last two digits of the four numbers in the set. Notice that 736 is the only number where the last two digits are, which is 36, is divisible by 4. So we can say that 736 is the only number in the set that is divisible by 2 because the last two digits of other number is not divisible by 4. Now let's talk about 5. Which number are divisible by 5? A number is divisible by 5 if the last digit of the number is 0 or 5. When the last digit are 0 and 5, they are divisible by 5. Okay, I am giving you a question, multiple choice. Which number is divisible by 2? Let us see all the 4 examples. In order for a number to be divisible by 5, the last digit of the number must be either 0 or 5. Going over the choices, only the number 20 is divisible by 5. So the answer is choice C. The next example is, select all the numbers that are divisible by 5. You can see all the numbers. So both 105 and 600 are divisible by 5 because they either end in 0 or 5. Thus option B and E are the correct answers. Understood? So which all numbers are divisible by 6? If a number is divisible by 6, if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. If the number is both divisible by 2 and 3, then that number is divisible by 6. Okay, let us see an example. Is the number 255 is divisible by 6? So, for the number 255 to be divisible by 6, it must divisible by 2 and 3. Let's check first if it is divisible by 2. Note that 255 is not an even number because it is not ending with 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, which makes it not divisible by 2. There is no need to check further because if it is not divisible by 2, it's not divisible for 6 because we know the formula. We can now conclude that this is not divisible by 6. One more example. Is the number 4608 is divisible by 6? Let us see the solution. A number is an even number, so it is divisible by 2. Now check if it is divisible by 3 or not. Let's do that by adding all the digits. 4 plus 6 plus 0 plus 8, which is 18. Obviously the sum of the digits is divisible by 3 because 18 divided by 3 is 6. Since the number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then it must also be divisible by 6. The answer is yes. Now divisibility rule for 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. So I have given some examples here. 1600. 600 is divisible by 8, and you can see how the last 3 digits are divisible by 4. So I have put an example directly here. So if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8 itself, then the whole number, whatever large number it may be, it will be divisible by 8. Okay, let us talk about 9. Which all numbers are divisible by 9? A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. Once again I will read it. If the sum of the digits are divisible by 9, then the number also is divisible by 9. Example number 1. Is the number 1764 divisible by 9? Okay. For a number to be divisible by 9, the sum of its digits must also be divisible by 9. For the number 1764, we get 18. Since the the digit is 18 and it is divisible by 9, therefore 1764 must be divisible by 9. Example number 2. Select all the numbers that are divisible by 9. The question is clearly visible in your screen. Now what is the solution? Let us add the digits of each number and check if the sum of the digit is divisible by 9 or not. When you add, you will get answers, and at last the choices A, C and E are divisible by 9. Okay, 7065. When you add all the digits, you will get 18, which is divisible by 9. When you add 3512, you will get 11, which is not divisible by 9. When you add 8874, you will get 27, which is divisible by 9. When you add 22778, you are getting 26, which is not divisible by 9. And at last, 48069, when you add, you are getting 27, which is divisible by 9. So the choices A, C and E are divisible by 9. Okay, which all numbers are divisible by 10? A number is divisible by 10 if the last digit of the number is 0. When the last digit of the number is 0, then the number is divisible by 10. The numbers 20, 40, 50, 170 and 990 are all divisible by 10 because their last digit is 0. On the other hand, 21, 34, 127 and 468 are not divisible by 10 since they don't end with 0. So dear student, today we have learned the divisibility rules, which is a very essential rules for everyone because it is helping us to identify which all numbers are divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 10.